Americans around the country are celebrating this 4th of July holiday amid serious security concerns. Following deadly terrorism around the world, law enforcement agencies are on high alert, and they're stepping up security, hoping to ensure a quiet and peaceful Independence Day.
You have now become guardians at the gate of this great city, watchmen to protect the 8.5 million people who live here.
Just in time for the increased holiday patrols, New York City added more than 1,200 new police officers to its force. This is also the first year for the city's newly formed Critical Response Command, with counterterrorism units on continuous patrol. Those officers could be found Sunday at Central Park.
I have no idea what it was. It sounded like a cannon.
Where police now believe a homemade firework likely caused a blast that seriously injured an 18-year-old boy who stepped on it. Despite early fears of a bombing, police now believe the device may have been there for some time, and they've ruled out ties to terrorism. But the incident highlights concerns about terrorism around the country. U.S. Coast Guard patrols are also on higher alert for any homeland security threats.
We just have extra presence out on the water to prevent any emergencies from happening.
In our nation's capital, officers checking bags at the annual fireworks display and parade. This year's 4th of July follows deadly attacks over the past month around the world, from Orlando to Istanbul. Federal agents are monitoring radical Islamist threats, especially as the Islamic month of Ramadan ends Tuesday evening, and ISIS uses the holiday as a call to arms. The Department of Homeland Security is also urging people heading to large events to be vigilant and aware of their surroundings. And it's not just here at home where officials are on high alert. In Saudi Arabia, a suicide bomber targeted a U.S. diplomatic site. 2 security guards were wounded, but they thwarted a deadly attack by confronting the bomber. Islamic terrorists struck in a series of deadly attacks around the world this weekend. In Bangladesh, terrorists took hostages in an upscale restaurant, killing at least 20 hostages. And Baghdad saw the deadliest bombing in Iraq in about a year. CNN reports at least 200 people are dead following a truck bombing. ISIS claims it carried out the attack. Police and health officials say the death toll is likely to increase as rescuers search for missing people. Iran says its opportunity to destroy Israel is now better than ever. Iran's president announcing that the nuclear deal with the U.S. was the cheapest way to achieve Iran's goals. The Jerusalem Post reports one official says Iran has more than 100,000 missiles ready to strike Israel. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei also called on Muslim students to launch an even more unified campaign against the U.S. and Israel. Hillary Clinton's weekend interview with the FBI might mean the end is near for the investigation into her email scandal. The FBI interviewed Clinton for 3 hours Saturday. They're trying to determine if she broke the law and exposed government secrets when she used a personal home email server to conduct official business. Her interview comes just days after Bill Clinton held a private meeting with Attorney General Loretta Lynch. That meeting raising suspicions about the Clintons' possible manipulation of the justice system. Following reports of Clinton's FBI interview, Donald Trump tweeted, "It's impossible for the FBI not to recommend criminal charges against Hillary Clinton. What she did was wrong."